Hello Capricorn, thank you for tuning in to your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the They Lima Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. I already shuffled relationship first, single second. By the way, these cards are illustrated by Jesse Reisch, R-E-I-S-C-H is Reisch. I don't know why I feel the need to put that out there, but I do. Relationship first, single second. Capricorn. That's noticeable. My first impression is your side seems a little bit unorganized. That doesn't seem right for a Capricorn. Mermaid magic seduction. Being in love with what's going on again. I don't feel like it's... Is it the person or just what's going on? Your life feels like it's out of order a little bit. And I feel like it's not so out of order that it's like, oh my god, chaos is everywhere. I just feel like if this is hitting, your life is a lot more together than it usually... Your life isn't as together as it usually is right now. I just feel like things are a little bit shaky, a little bit out of balance. Not drastically. Not drastically. But I'm also seeing here, like whatever you're doing, see that's the thing. You're handling things with your partner. Your partner seems like they're pretty much in line. It pretty much as in line as they get. Let's put it that way. But I'm seeing you seem a little bit shaken up by trying to go with the flow. You're trying to go with the flow is what I'm getting. You got abundance with the star card. And things are going well. And I feel like you're just trying to roll with it. I feel like you're actually trying to roll with it, but I don't feel like that's comfortable for you, but you want it to be. And I feel like it's because your partner seems to have... No. The reason this is, I feel like your life is just doing what your life is doing right now. You're trying to roll with life. You're just trying to go with the punches. Your partner seems to be doing well. I feel like your partner's the anchor right now. And it just feels like you're a little off kilter. And the thing is, I feel like you're also trying to go the route of love here. How did you end up like this? Because I see, like, it feels like, I don't feel like it's so out of balance. Like, I feel like other people who weren't earth signs would feel this is pretty much in line. Maybe a water sign or two maybe would disagree with you and think that maybe, yeah, this is a little off. But I feel like other signs would be like, no, this is doable. This is flowing fine. For you, though, I feel like this is a little bit off. And I'm getting the Ace of Cups as your challenge card. It's like you just want to get along with people. You want people to be happy. You're just letting things go. You're letting things be a little bit out of alignment. But for you, it's like having a car out of an alignment. That's going to cause more problems later. It's best to keep it in alignment so everything runs smoothly. I just don't feel like this is working for to your advantage. I feel like you actually need to line things up and organize a little better. I feel like where you're standing is the Seven of Swords with the organization here. I feel like, see, you're trying to abandon your own feelings is what I'm getting. Is that right? Because your own natural instincts want you to... Your natural instincts are like, listen, this is out of focus. We need to focus this. We need to put things together. Things need to be more organized. And you got the Seven of Swords where you're standing just kind of like trying to ignore your own feelings. Okay. So this is setting up everything that's going on with you and your partner. I feel like this is setting up the whole stage. Because I feel like once you stop ignoring your own impulses to put things more in order... And I can even go the route as like maybe this was a learning experience. Maybe you're usually overly regimented. And this is like you want the opposite side of that. And there's like a happy medium where you can actually keep things in order without being have a death grip on the situation. I can go that far. That would make sense. Like usually you're so regimented that it's hard to breathe for other people. That you've gone the other side and now it's like so loose that it's really uncomfortable for you that you just feel like you're just flailing in the wind. There may be a happy median in the center where, you know, you can get organization back. And there's certain things you can be flexible in, certain things you cannot. I can get that makes sense. Like I feel like you need to come to a personal median within yourself. It's not for you to work it out with someone else. It's you just to be like, all right, I'm usually this. I got this death grip on the situation, and that's over stressful. But now I'm over here, and it's just loosey goosey, and it's just like I don't feel like anything's really secure. Getting into that happy median within yourself, like all right, certain things have to be in alignment the way they need to be. Like certain things, yeah, but there's other things I can let kind of flail in the wind a little bit. There's certain things I can let that live. That's fine. But there's certain things that have to be right on point. So if that's you, I feel like you have to come to that happy medium. Because I feel your partner, and I feel your partner seeing you go through this, but they seem to be okay with everything. I'm getting the Queen of Cups. They're going with it. Things seem to be fine. They're making sure that everything's going to be okay. They're looking out for you. They are looking out for you. But I feel like they're just kind of watching, and they're just kind of like letting you do what you got to do. But they're like, this isn't normal. This isn't like my partner. This isn't common. Like, like this isn't gonna hold up in court, people. This is gonna fail. I feel like that's what your partner's looking at this like they love you. They're letting you do what you got to do, but they're kind of like, nope, this is not the normal mode for my partner. They're doing what they got to do, but it's gonna come back around soon enough. Now. Their challenge card for them, I'm noticing, is the page of I want to say the Page of Parliament. It's the Page of Pentacles, but why would we say the Page of Parliament? That's a government thing. That would be somebody who's carrying out orders, carrying out things that have been decided by other people, making sure other people stay in line. That's their challenge card, to not... Your partner's challenge card is to not try to not force this into what you've already been doing in the past. To not try to hold up things to what you normally keep them to. I don't feel like that's good. Like, for example, if you usually have, like, this shelf is aligned this way, these things go here, they go this high, and then the next shelf has this things, and then they go this far, and that's how this far goes. And like, they should not be holding to the situation as it was. That's a challenge for them. Because I feel like that's a danger here in the sense of like, especially if you're going through this moment where you usually have a death grip on things, but now you're going loosey-goosey, just trying to let things go, and you have to come to that median. You don't want to fall back to the way things were, because I feel like that's unhealthy for you. That may be strangling even for you. And I'm feeling for them, they might have that knee-jerk reaction to keep it the way it was, even though you're letting things go, you're letting things be. I almost feel like some of you have partners who are holding things to that regimen, holding things to the way they used to be. Even though you're not doing it, they're doing it for you. I don't think that's good. And I think that's why that's in the challenge position. If that's not for you, if your partner doesn't seem to be doing that, I feel like they're handling the situation the way you normally would handle it. It's like the piece this thing where you're unorganized right now, however you normally are, I feel the challenge card, they're holding up somehow the way you usually do, and they're taking that on for you. I don't think that's helping the situation. Because I feel you going through a growth moment. Your stability is coming back, but you're evolving to another level. If they're going to keep it to what it was, you might just regress to what it was, which makes all of this work you went through, all of this uncomfortableness, it's just going to cancel out. And then you'll have to come back and do it again and re-evolve at a later date. And go through the same thing you already did. Now, I know that that's a challenge, but I feel like your role is to keep them from thinking you want that. Don't let them think you want that. However that needs to play out. Because I feel you, hopefully, if this is going the right way, you have the High Priestess with the creativity in your spiritual spot, where you're just kind of like, you know what? The way I did it before wasn't really working, so I let go of a lot of things. I think I let go too much, and it's just I feel uncomfortable in a different way, but it's still not good. I need to come together with myself and figure out what I want. And I feel like you're balancing out the good, the bad. Like, it was too much before, it's too little now. I need to figure it out. You got the creativity at this point. You're feeling inspired to figure it out. You're working on putting things back in line, putting things back in alignment to where it's not such a death grip on the situation that it stresses you out even, but not so loosey-goosey that you're just kind of like, I feel like I'm flailing in the wind and I don't know where to hold on to. It's just, there's a happy medium. And you know what that is. I feel like I'm harping on it. See, your partner, I'm getting the Emperor. They got to be careful. The thing is, the Emperor on their side, the Emperor is not a bad card. It's a good card, especially in this reading. But what I'm afraid of is they think that you want them to hold the line to the way it was. And they need to realize that you're looking to change things. You think that you need to communicate to them, if this reading hits with you, that the past was too stringent. You had a death grip on things and it wasn't good for you or other people, and you're like, I need to change this. If they understand that, because I feel like when I'm getting the page, even though it's the challenge card for your partner, they're doing it out of love. They're thinking that's what you want, and they're looking out for the whole situation. They're doing it the way they think you want it done. If they realize that you don't want that, because I don't feel like they're getting it, if they realize, if you communicate to them that you do not want that, you do not want to go back to the way it was, you're looking to evolve it forward, you need it to change, or else you're going to end up right back at the same spot you were in later on down the road, and you're going to go through this whole thing again. You don't want to do that. Repeating something again for no good reason is not worth it. If they understand that, because I feel like they're just not getting it, and they come from a place of love is what I'm getting. If you just explain it to them, and you get them to like let go, you're like, no, it's okay. Don't keep that up. Don't keep putting these shelves in such alignment that it's just like, it's just stressful to even walk by them, because what if a wind knocks a paper out of, what if a rogue wind knocks some paper out of focus? Makes it look crazy. Like, no, just, I don't want that now. I'm moving on from that. I feel like if you're able to explain that to them, this is where they should be going, which is the Moon card. They're gonna be confused by you. That's okay. Because I don't feel like it's shaking their faith in you. I just feel like they're confused. They don't understand why you're doing this. You can even be explaining it. I just feel like they don't understand where this is going. I think that's better. They may understand why, but they don't see where it's going. They feel a little like, well, where is this going? Is this just gonna, like, are you just gonna let things go, or what are you doing? They need to be in an area where they don't really see where the future is heading. The Moon card is telling me, like, they're kind of in this weird place, like, I don't understand what you're doing. This isn't normal for you, but if that's what you really want, that's what I can do. There should be a period of time for your partner where they're just kind of like, I don't get what you're doing. It's not normal for you. I just don't get it. Because what then happens, if this goes well, because I'm getting for a lot of you, it either happens now, or it regresses to what it was, and you repeat it, and you do this again later, and later you actually go through this. It's either now or later is what I'm getting. If this is hitting, of course. If this goes well, you got the Page of Cups in what is turning things around for you. It's taking you a while. You're slowly reconstituting things. You're slowly finding out, like, all right, this is too loosey-goosey. That was too tight. There was like a death grip on the situation. I can't do it. So let me see. You're trying to find that happy medium. You're going back and forth. You're starting to grab onto things. You're realizing you're grabbing too tight. You're starting to loosen your grip a bit. You're like, man, this is a too loose. There's more than one thing going on here. So it's kind of like, almost like, I feel like I'm looking at a song sheet. Certain things you got to hold on to a little tighter. Certain things you got to hold on to a little less. So like it goes up and down. You know what I mean? It depends what the situations are, because I feel like there's a lot of things you're balancing here. Certain things you got to be a little bit more stringent on. Other things you got to be a little bit more relaxed on. It's going to take you some time, but it's like it's got to come to a new rhythm that you're happy with, that you enjoy. It's going to take some time. It's going to kind of go. It's the Page of Cups. It's like you're not going to love it right off the bat, but you're going to get to a place where you're happy with it, and it's like, this is good for me and other people. Because you're not only balancing your own emotions, you're balancing other people too. And some people need a little bit more wiggle room. So that's part of the factor here. And it's taking you some time to do that. I also see you with the King of Wands. You're the one who seems to be calling the shots. You're actively going forward. Fire usually is quick, but also fire can be like those burning embers, like when you have a cookout outside and you have the burning embers just like radiating the heat. It's not a lot of destructive fire, it's a lot of helpful heat that's promoting the situation. So I feel like for you, you're those coals, those hot coals that are keeping the heat in the situation so things can cook above the grate. It's not a lot of flames shooting off, but there's a lot of heat moving it forward, and I feel like you have this heat moving forward. It's a lot of dedicated heat, a lot of perpetual motion. I don't feel like this is not quick, fast movements forward. This is constant movement forward, if that makes sense. It's constant movement forward. It's not like the Knight of Pentacles. It's not that energy, because I feel like the reason they're using the King instead of like a Knight is because you're calling the shots. You're saying what's going to happen. You're the one in control. And I feel like instead of the King of Pentacles, it's the King of Fire, because you're constantly moving forward. You're constantly changing things. You don't want things to stay the way they were. You're making change, but you're making change forward. You're deciding what at the rate you want it. As time goes forward, I do see, though, the Knight of Pentacles on your partner side. They get used to your changes. They're going along. They seem to be following what you want. They're getting used to these new ways of doing things, but they're locking into a new pattern. I feel that's going on here. Dedicated pattern, dedicated movement forward, support from your partner. And as things reconstitute, your partner is seeing judgment go in both of your favors. This new way things are going is very good for both of you. By the time judgment comes around, the moon is past. The moon doesn't stay too long anyway. But I feel like as you start reconstituting and calling the shots, everything just goes better. Everything reconstitutes. This is a new puzzle. It's almost like things are lined up, even though they're different heights and different colors and different shapes. The way you have them lined up, they look organized. It's a lot of different things that if you just put them on their own on a table, they look very disorganized. But the way you're lining them up, you are organizing things that normally wouldn't look like they fit together. I think that makes sense. It's like the way you're handling it, you're organizing a disorganized situation. So if you're the one who's organizing it. I don't know if that seems complicated to me. I don't know if that's making sense. Because I feel like from the outside it may still look unorganized to people until the people who are on the inside see how you're handling it, and they see that you're creating the organization. You're creating the organization of a disorganized situation. You're organizing it. Yeah, I'll say it 50,000 more times. I don't think I'm going to get any better at it, but I think you get what I'm saying. That seems to help this situation. A lot of this is how your partner's reacting. They seem to want to be helpful. They don't want things to fall through on you. They just don't realize you're reorganizing. I feel like they're not getting it. Either that or that you might have told them this in the past, but they don't think that that's what you really want, and you'll just fall back to what you were anyway. And you're like, I can't do that. I can't do that. I got to move forward. I think we hit the message there. We're done. All right, so let's go into Capricorn singles and see what we have for Capricorn singles. What do we have for single Capricorns? Messages for single Capricorns. Messages for single Capricorns. Empowering information for single Capricorns. Messages for single Capricorns. Single Capricorns. Alright, let's shuffle some oracle cards here. I'm not going to prejudge this. I'm going to resist. I'm going to resist. Because, you know, you see one thing and then you get talking to the cards here, or talking with the cards, whatever, and something else comes out, so we'll find out. You did have organization pop out on your side too. And you got grace here at the bottom. I like this. I like the grace at the bottom. Grace. I feel... Let's see. Let's see where this is going. Now, I'll take a sip of somebody pulling into my driveway. I see here in the past there was some disappointment. There was some sadness. And I feel like this person that you're coming forward to now may have rejected you in the past or vice versa. I'm seeing you here with the Seven of Wands. This is something you have overcome. Now, when I'm seeing this, I'm feeling you move forward. Now, when you're overcoming it, are you overcoming it now? It's more your... Alright, so whatever the problem was, whoever rejected who, I feel like you got rejected by this person. For whatever reason, I feel like you got rejected by this person. And the reason I'm feeling you getting over this is in the center you got the Lover's card with the Six of Cups. It's coming forward again. They're showing you interest now. They're showing you that they are interested. They are very interested now. And I feel like it's coming forward. They're showing you they're interested. I feel like before you even think about it, you like how that sounds, you like how that feels. And I'm getting the Six of Cups, though. You're remembering what it was like to be kind of rejected by this person. Now, you got two cards. You got the top card, the Five of Wands, and the bottom card, the Nine of Wands. Even though you like this, the way this happened in the past, I feel like that's leaving you a little bit uneasy. You're just kind of like, wait a minute. Why now? Like, what was wrong before? Like, I feel like whatever was wrong before is still weighing on you. And you're looking at this with the Nine of Wands, like is this just, like, is there really something here? Can more come from this situation? Or is this just kind of like my swan song? Like, is this just the crescendo before the fall? I just feel like it's not sitting with you well. The thing is, you got the Two of Cups in your thoughts. This is in your thoughts. You do feel for this person. I feel like you're kind of smitten by them. You really would like them in your life. Now, how they're feeling about you, and I know you're overcoming the challenge here. You're defending yourself. You seem to be overcoming it, but you're defending yourself at the same time. Like, I don't know if this is for me because I do, but you do, like, your head is saying, I don't know if this is for me. Your heart's like, oh, this is for me. I feel like that's the difference. Your head's like, oh, we got slammed. We got denied before. Your heart's like, I don't care. I want it. So you're kind of having the two feeling thing go on here. The other person you're dealing with has the Eight of Pentacles with the creativity. They seem to think you're very, very valuable. They seem to have gotten your value over time. They seem like over time they've realized how valuable that you can be in their life. And they've had some creative thoughts about where this possibly could go. For some reason in the past, they didn't see the possibility. But over time, the creativity has kind of seeped in, and they're like, you know what, maybe there are possibilities here. And the Eight of Pentacles is saying they're seeing a lot of value in you. They like you. They definitely do. But where this is going is a good question. So they do have honest interest in you. It's taking them a while to see how this could actually work out, but they are coming around, and that's why they've come toward you. I'm not seeing swords cards here, or I'm not seeing communication cards here, in the sense of like how each of you are feeling and why you are acting the way each of you are acting. Like in this person and how they're feeling about you now, I don't see that coming forward. You putting forth your questions like why now, I don't feel that coming forward either. But what I do see happening, are you really not talking about this? I don't feel either of you talking about this. What I do see is the Chariot coming forward with new beginnings. The two of you seem to be just wanting to move forward with this. Even though you're trying to hold back and you're just kind of like, your head's going, I don't know, I got denied once, I don't know if I want to go that again. Your heart's going, yeah, let's do it. So this person keeps coming towards you. I feel like, especially with the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like that's also doubling, saying how that energy keeps coming towards you, and you go forward with it. A new beginning happens here. The thing is, I feel like the new beginning happens, you start dating, seeing each other regularly, that's when this happens, and I feel like this is very interesting. Grace is here. You got Grace at the bottom. You want the love, and you're very graceful about how you're handling this, but I feel like once the dating starts happening, then the Hanged Man happens with the organization. Because I feel like it gets to the dating phase and it just kind of hangs out there for a while. It's going to hang out there for a good while is what I'm getting. And over this time period that you're hanging here, and things aren't really progressing or regressing, I would say, the two of you are just kind of getting used to each other. And I feel like the organization here is like really trying to organize what's really here. Where are things really going? I feel like you're each trying to sort it out. I feel like it's very scheduled. It feels scheduled. It feels like there's a schedule popping in here at some point. Like, I can see you at this time for this amount of time. I can see you on this day at this time for this amount of time. I feel like it feels scheduled here. I just feel like the scheduling makes it go into the Hanged Man card. And you know it's going to go there for a while. But I feel like you got to be careful. Over scheduling could take out some of the romantic feel. I'm just saying. It feels like that could happen here. But I do see that that's where this reading is actually going. That's where it's ending for this part. Because I feel like you get to the dating phase and it just kind of hovers there for a long while. And as long as things are scheduled and as long as things are very regimented, it's going to stay there is what I'm getting. It has to have a little bit more spontaneity to go to the next level. If you want this to go to the next level, you're going to have a little bit more spontaneity. That's all I'm saying. If that's comfortable or not, it's a whole other story. But I feel like if it becomes very regimented, it's going to get this certain level. It's just going to hover there. It's going to stay there until the more spontaneity kind of makes an appearance. I feel like that's how this is ending. Alright, I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead and shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.